Hola mi gente, bienvenidos a mi canal. Now, one of the questions I noticed early on once I started recording videos is, do you speak any other languages? You know, we see you going to these other countries. And to answer the question, as I stated in the comment section on that particular video, yes, I do. So I actually speak Spanish at an intermediate level. Yes, yo hablo español. And you can tell by my name, paella, that this came from some type of Spanish influence, right? If you're tapped in with the culture. So today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite food countries. People ask me, what's your favorite country? And I'm like, I don't got a favorite country, but I can rank the countries in terms of who had the best food. And for me, I always tell people Spain was number 2. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about my honest opinion when it comes to living in Spain. If you are new to this channel, I'm here to tell you that I've been to 15 countries. A few of them I actually lived in, Spain being one of them. But if you're a returning subscriber, you're aware that I have lived in Spain in the past. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the truth about living in Spain. The ups, downs, smiles, frowns, all types of turnarounds. When I first arrived to Spain, I had very little Spanish speaking experience. And at the time, this presented what could be called a language barrier, but also I experienced a cultural shock. Now, the better your Spanish is, and the more you are aware of the cultures and customs there, the better you can adjust. But prior to me going there, I had very limited experience. So let me let you know what I'm referring to. Okay, as you can tell by my accent, I'm born in America. We have a certain way of doing things, and we typically put a great deal on things such as time. So if you say to someone, hey, meet me here at 6 o'clock, right? And if they don't show up at 6 o'clock, maybe a couple minutes later, you're looking at them like, what's going on? Like, you know, you said 6 o'clock, time is money. It's kind of like a go type of culture here. Over there, it's a lot slowed down. And I wasn't aware of that when I first arrived, right? At the time, the only countries I had been to prior to there was Jamaica, Canada. I think that was it. Yeah, just Jamaica and Canada. And that was more of a family trip. This is my first time doing the solo thing by myself, living in another country. So I would meet friends there, or meet people who I'm trying to be friends, and I'm like, yo, let's meet here, blah, blah, blah. And or they tell me, yo, come here at this time. It'll be like 30 minutes, an hour, maybe 2 hours later. I'm like, what? Like, at first I took it offensive, but then I slowly realized this is how the culture works there. So I'm here to tell you, you may be considered studied abroad in Spain like I did. Maybe you want to teach abroad, maybe you got family, friends over there. It's a very popular destination for people from Europe and the Americas. Now, I will say they are getting more open there, because when I went years ago, I'm just being honest, they were slightly closed as far as how warm they are with outsiders, right? So when I got there, facing the challenges as far as the language and the culture, I talked about my language ability there, but another culture shock was the siesta. So I heard before going there, hey, at this time they close everything. I think it's like 2 to 4 or something like that. And I'm like, man, that's not true. That's not true. That can't be true. How can their society be successful? I'm like, I'm coming from an American mindset. I'm like, man, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. So I go over there, right? When I go over there, I remember the first time, I'm like, man, I'm gonna go to the grocery store or whatever. So they sent, because I was doing a school program, so at the time they sent everybody home for the siesta. You know, we're supposed to be laying down, sleeping, whatever. I go back home, lay my stuff down, walk outside, go grocery shop and run some errands. I'm walking around like, oh Man, everything's actually closed. I mean, unless you go to like a fast food McDonald's, maybe that's open, but everything is closed. Siesta is real. So you gotta plan your day around that. I just wanna give y'all as a heads up, it is real. But on the flip side of that, you'll definitely enjoy it, right? Because like my host mom was telling me, or my Spanish mother there, because we're living with like Spanish family, like she's telling me, man, you're gonna wake up and feel like it's a new day. Like you're gonna look at things refreshing. And that is true, right? So you take the siesta, go to sleep for a couple hours, go back to school, back to work, you feel energized. On the flip side of the siesta, what they do is they stay up a lot later. So it's like they get that nap in the day and then they go to sleep later than us. Here in America, typically when you go out to party for the night, you go out maybe 10 o'clock, 11, 12, maybe 1 a.m. For them, it's like 1, 2, 3 a.m. They're just getting started with their pregame. They're just like, okay, what's going on for the night? Let's get a couple drinks, blah, blah, blah. They may stay up till like 8, 9 in the morning. Like, it's insane over there. It's a very big party culture. So I share with you some of the less desirable things when it comes to living over there. So now I want to share to you what made it so appealing to me. And number one, that is the food. My favorite dish potentially in the world right now might be paella. Hence, you see my name in the title, right? Their food is extremely fresh. When I went over there, meeting other Americans, Europeans, etc., we all came to the same conclusion. When you go to the bathroom, it goes right out, right? Because they eat so healthy. They got less chemicals in us, less preservatives. They're taking a lot of olive oil. It's now to the point where when I smell olive oil, I instantly think of Spain, because you just walking down the streets, you just smell it. It's just so in abundance, you know. But I definitely love their culture. Definitely want to go back. I'm intending to go back later this year. This time I want to go to Barcelona because I was in Madrid specifically, spent a little time in Toledo, Granada, Alhambra, you know, a few different cities there. But I definitely want to experience that beach culture that Valencia and Barcelona has to offer. So the next thing why I fell in love with it is they got a very strong sense of fashion, at least in Madrid, right? So you see the way they dress, they're on point, the clothes are fitting just right. And I think that was like influential for me, right? I also love the way the Spanish language sounds. I think it's very aesthetically pleasing. It just puts me in like a relaxed state of mood. I love how they emphasize on the sounds, you know, when they're speaking. And another reason why I love it, as far as the lifestyle, is I feel like it's becoming more multicultural. So when I first lived there a few years ago, I remember the city I was living in, it's called Alcalá de Henares, which is about 20 minutes from Madrid, the capital city. And there would be days, sometimes even weeks, going by before I seen another black person, right? And now when I go over there, I see a lot of Latino people, a lot more black people. There's a couple of Asians when I went over there, but now, because I go back every once in a while, and I see it's becoming more diverse. And I think it makes for a beautiful thing. I remember going to a local mercado and seeing like horchata, which is like a Mexican drink. And I'm like, oh, okay. And last time I went over there, last time I've been there was about a year and a half, 2 years ago. And just picking a random Airbnb in Madrid. I walk outside my Airbnb in Madrid, and it ends up being like an all Latino neighborhood. I'm like, oh, okay, this is dope. But they didn't have this like a couple of years ago when I came there. So I feel like that type of mix of multiculturalism will create, you know, a better understanding, better society for people, and a rich food culture. So next time I want to go back to Spain, one thing I want to do is I want to try the paellas in different regions, because I've been told that, hey, if you go to this part, etc., they add this, they take this away. So I want to see who has the best paella for me, and also be able to compare for my YouTube channel, see, okay, they got this going on in this area, this is here, blase, blase. Give y'all a full breakdown, a full taste. But I want to know what y'all think about Spain. If you've been to Spain, let me know in the message section or the comment section. Like, hey, this is what I think about it, blase, blase. I want to know your personal opinion. And if everything goes as planned, I should be back there roughly sometime between summer and fall, right? But that's my honest opinion of it. Like, it's pretty great. I will say, there's no friendly way of saying this, but I have heard multiple Latino and Latino Americans say that over there they felt like they kind of got discriminated against or treated as lesser than. I have heard some unfortunate remarks as far as the Spanish is taught in Central, Southern America, Caribbean islands, etc., compared to the Spanish in Europe. I don't want to repeat the remarks, but the remarks I heard, to paraphrase, made it seem like the Spanish in Europe is superior to the Spanish in these other countries. That's not my opinion, and I really hate that there's a division like that. I'm just telling you what I heard, because I may have an audience, a Latin audience, that is considering going to Spain, and I want you to be equipped with this information, right? But generally speaking, they are a pretty warm society, and even if they may not favor you, they typically, especially in the bigger cities, will show you a certain level of respect. But I just want to give everybody that heads up. If you're planning on going, let me know. I'm gonna let you let me know your favorite foods there, what type of questions you got, and everything. But yeah, I hope everybody has an amazing day.